Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. On today's detour, we will ride around the New Orleans Lower Ninth Ward, an area heavily flooded and damaged by Hurricane Katrina in August of 2005. This area, close to the river, flooded up to 5 feet deep in Hurricane Katrina, but recovered as most of the houses remained on their foundations. The neighborhood sits about 3 feet above sea level and was spared from the roof height flooding that other parts of the Ninth Ward suffered. Here at the river is one of the famous steamboat houses built at the turn of the 20th century by a local steamboat captain. There are no other houses like these, and they were built to withstand flooding and suffered very little damage from the hurricane. This part of the Lower Ninth Ward is often referred to as the Holy Cross neighborhood, named for the Catholic school that was located here prior to Hurricane Katrina. This is what remains of Holy Cross School, built in 1859. There are currently plans to redevelop the site with riverfront condominiums, commercial retail, and restaurant space. As we approach Claiborne Avenue, we see more and more empty lots. Heavy flooding and currents completely removed houses from their foundations, and there was no chance of salvage. On the north side of Claiborne Avenue, Brad Pitt's Make It Right Foundation built 150 new houses of unusual design. This neighborhood was the most devastated by Hurricane Katrina's floodwaters, leaving almost no structure standing. Even with the new development, there are still vast stretches of empty lots where there was once dense housing and virtually no green space. Here, the flood wall that protects this neighborhood from the industrial canal was breached following Hurricane Katrina. A marker stands commemorating the event that disrupted the lives of thousands of residents of the neighborhood.
On August 29, 2005, at about 7:45 a.m., the industrial canal flood wall broke with an explosive sound, heard by many residents near North Johnson Street and Jordan Avenue. At that time, the lower Ninth Ward was home to 3,400 families, over 50% homeowners, isolated by man-made structures and by water. This proud neighborhood had long been a place where people of color could thrive economically by transferring home ownership from one generation to the next. Over the next decade, many struggled to rebuild, often with the help of volunteers.
Florida Avenue is the northern end of the lower Ninth Ward. To the north is Bayou Bienvenue and the now closed Mississippi River Gulf outlet, also known as the Mr. Go. This shipping channel allowed a surge of floodwater from the Gulf of Mexico into the Industrial Canal and contributed to the flooding in the areas surrounding the canal. In front of us is the newly rebuilt Alfred Lawless High School. The original 1964 school buildings stood on this site and were damaged beyond repair by Hurricane Katrina. The school is scheduled to reopen this year. On the right is the newly built Andrew P. Sanchez and Copeland Byrd Multi-Service Center, and to the left is the recently rebuilt Martin Luther King Elementary School and New Orleans Public Library. Claiborne Avenue, Louisiana Highway 39, is the northern main road through the Ninth Ward connecting New Orleans with St. Bernard Parish to the east. As you can see, the entire area is a mix of new construction, restored homes and buildings, empty lots, bare slabs, and blight. There are quite a few houses and buildings that have been cleared of debris but otherwise remain untouched since the flooding after Hurricane Katrina. Although there is evidence of road construction projects throughout the area, most of the streets are unmaintained and some of them are undrivable in a small car. We end our trip at St. Claude Avenue, Louisiana Highway 46, the southern of the main two roads through the Ninth Ward. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and join us for our next 504 road trip.